What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel for another Money Making Mondays video. I know it's been a few weeks since I dropped the Money Making Mondays, you know what I mean, but they're not over yet. So I'm gonna react to a video from a dude called Prince Darnell or Donnell. I actually haven't seen any of his videos, but the dude does look familiar. I think I might have seen him like on, I don't know if it's been memes or just videos on Instagram or something. But yeah, so the title of this video is New Tax Law. IRS wants to tax Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle transactions. So, you know what I mean, in this new day and age that we live in, this is something that affects everybody, you know what I mean? Because I'm hardly paying for things with cash, and everybody who's sending money to their friends and family is using one of these apps, you know what I mean? I know that I use all three of these. So, if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also hit the notification bell to stay notified every time I drop a video. You dig? But let's go ahead and hop up into this.
Diamond they hit like I leave. These niggas frost on the leaf. Soon as they hop up and leak, sticks up. You thought this shit came with some teeth. Tell them ride the way surfboard.
Forcing people to pay taxes on Cash App and Venmo transactions over $600 is ridiculous. And I had to make a video about this to express my disgust and then create some solutions for you as a small business owner. Now, before I do that, let's get into it. I'm Prince Darnell, founder of the Jumping Jack Tax franchise. We are one of the fastest growing franchises in the country. And we're also at 125,000 subscribers. So shout out to everybody in the family that's supporting, watching these videos, getting the knowledge and the information. I got so many videos from do not keep your money in the bank, 5 bank accounts that you need for your LLC, what not to do when you start an LLC, LLC versus S Corp. Bunch of videos. I want you to plug in, go to my page and watch them. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I give video content daily, weekly, so check it out. But let's just get right into it. I'm going to keep this thing short and sweet and hit it on the head. So let's get into it. The Biden American Rescue Plan now wants companies like PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle to report to the IRS when a small business owner has made $600 or more on their platforms.
Yo, this really is crazy, man. Like, yo, that's the thing about trying to stay ahead of things, because you know what I mean, nowadays we got Bitcoin out here, we got all these apps like Robinhood where you can invest, and a lot of these companies are ahead of their time, you know what I mean? And now the government is like trying to catch up, you know what I mean, and try to get their tax money on all these things now too, which is crazy, you know what I mean? So that's the thing about as things advance, you know what I mean, as new ways like to make money, you know what I mean, advance, the government is also going to try to like learn what's going on and how to get the money out of people too, which is the, you know what I mean, the flip side of all that.
Now, if you're somebody watching this that's an individual and you're sharing the rent or a mortgage with your spouse and you're sending them Zelle or PayPal transactions, or you and your friends are splitting the bill for dinner, that's not what I'm talking about here. You have nothing to worry about. Those are personal transactions that you're not taxed on. What I'm talking about is income that's being received through Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, and these other peer-to-peer platforms. If it's $600 or more that you received, now the IRS wants to know, and now you're going to be issued a 1099-K that you'll have to report and potentially have a tax liability. Now, let's talk about the history. Before this rescue plan, which it's funny calling it a rescue plan because of this ideal that's being rolled out. Before this, platforms, these peer-to-peer platforms like Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, you weren't going to receive a 1099-K, and it didn't have to be reported to the IRS unless you generated $20,000 or more in income received or 200 transactions. I know this because I use these platforms all the time, and I read up on
Yeah, man, like it went from $20,000 to $600. I know he was saying that it's not going to really affect, you know what I mean, the average person. But what if you are someone who's splitting rent with somebody and you're sending your half of the rent, which could be $600 or $700. Now just to pay your rent, you're gonna be taxed. This is crazy.
Over the past years, and it's crazy that it's now being switched to $600. Now, if you make a few hundred or even a few $1,000s from a side hustle, you're now going to be taxed, which I fully disagree with. And even as an accounting and tax professional, it's hard for me to stand behind Joe Biden and this rescue plan that's being released for a few different reasons. Number one, it's devastating to individuals who aren't even trying to start a small business. They're literally selling one-off products so that they can supplement their income outside of their salary to pay their bills. I'm talking about people who are like just trying to make ends meet. Like if I'm selling a platter, or I'm selling lemonade, or one-off products that I made from my home just to make a couple extra dollars to pay down my mortgage, I'm now going to be taxed for that. It's ridiculous. That's number one. Number two, when you create a bunch of restrictions around a free market, all it does is give people more ideas on how to hide their cash, or to find legal loopholes, or work around with their accountants and different things to be able to hide their money. And to be honest, that's what I really think is going to end up happening when you squeeze down like this on the market. And number three, this is exactly what happens when you...
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds.
Hey.
I know Halloween was a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
right
it was
now,
a few weeks ago,
big
my
wireless
nigga.
company.
We ain't think about it
A bunch
anymore.
of cash is being printed and thrown into the marketplace, and we're like, hey, we're getting stimulus checks, we're getting PPP, we're getting... Oh, that's what happens, because now the government makes money from tax dollars. And now that they've...
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, to me, this looks like the government trying to collect. It's like, all right, we sent all them SBA loans out. We sent them stimulus. All right, now we got to collect. You know what I mean? We need our money back. You know what I mean? So outside of the inflation that they caused, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? With gas, you know what I mean, being raised by how much it's been raised, and now they're trying to crack down on, you know what I mean, all the apps that we use nowadays to send money. You know what I mean? This is crazy. I don't want my money making Mondays, you know what I mean, to really get political, but this is just money talk, man. 2022 is going to be interesting.
Printed all this money, got it pushed out into the economy. Oh, they want their money back. So now they're squeezing down on small business owners as a part of their rescue plan. And not even small business owners, I'm sorry, individuals who just need to meet basic needs to be able to pay down their mortgage or pay their car note. And with that, I can't necessarily stand behind it. I don't agree with it. Again, if this now moves into law, you know, and which I believe it has as of January 2022. And number three, that's what happens when you're printing so much money and pushing it into the free market, from stimulus checks to PPP loans and etc. Hey, the boys got to get paid back, right? And I said this before, that nothing in this world is free money. There's ramifications that come to that, and the government gets paid through tax dollars. So now they're trying to squeeze in on this gap that they say that they're missing and losing out on from tax dollars because it's not being reported, and now it's falling down onto small business owners, a part of this rescue plan, who many of them aren't even small business owners to begin with. They're just individuals trying to make their ends meet. But now they're caught up in a loophole of having to potentially pay taxes on these dollars.
Yo, how is this a rescue plan? You know what I mean? Like, I guess maybe for the government it might be a rescue plan. But extortion plan, you know what I mean? That's more like it, an extortion plan, not a rescue plan.
So with that, I can't agree. But enough of my soapbox, because, hey, what do I know? It's just my opinion. But as of the top of year 2022, you could potentially be receiving a 1099K regardless of your transaction limit if you generated $600 or more through these peer-to-peer platforms. So no more Cash App only, Venmo only, PayPal only, because you thought it was a loophole there. There's not one. They tightened it up. And with that being said, I want to go into solutions now. Enough with the soapbox. Let's get to solutions. And really, to me, there's one primary solution that has to go into play. If you're an individual that's now selling products on the side, small business owner that's utilizing these peer-to-peer platforms, and you were under that $20,000 mark, hey, now you're going to have to start running your business like a real business, right? It's no longer time it's no longer just be thinking one-sided now and just doing this as like, I'm not really going to worry about my accounting. I'm not going to worry about my bookkeeping. But now that's going to get you in trouble. And you're going to potentially miss out on hundreds of tax write-offs. So here's what I'm encouraging you to do right now. I'm encouraging you to get tight on your accounting and bookkeeping. How can you do that? First things first, there are a ton of platforms that you can utilize to be able to set up a bookkeeping account and to connect your bank account that'll be able to pull those transactions. So what I would suggest first is setting up a separate bank account now for all of your transactions that you're receiving from Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, etc. Separate bank account. And by the way, I'm talking for people that are like making less than 20K and you're the one that's being affected by this. Set up a separate account now, and what you're going to do is get your bookkeeping, some sort of online bookkeeping software established. Allow that bookkeeping software to pull those transactions in, and then now with that separate account, get a debit card or credit card with it. So now when you're buying your products, whether it be food, lemonade, like lemons, or small things that you're running, now you're able to get these write-offs. On top of the fact that you get write-offs if you're doing it from your home,
Yeah, that does seem like a good idea to get another account. You know what I mean? I like this dude. He seems like he's solutions oriented. You know what I mean? Which is good. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be hurdles. You know what I mean? That come about when you out here. You know what I'm saying? Moving and grooving, doing your thing. You know what I mean? Trying to come up. You know. The government, you know what I mean, is most of the time we're going to throw policies out there to get in the way of you making money. But another quick solution that I just came up with myself is to make sure you have all three of those. Make sure you have all three of those apps. I have all three of those apps. And so if you ever come across a situation where you're going to be sending more than 600, you could just split that amount between all three of those apps, you know what I'm saying? So if you have a $900 amount that you're trying to send to somebody, if you got all three of those apps, send 300 through all three, and you'll be good, you know? That's a quick solution right there.
This thing gotta become you gotta do it the right way now. Or you're gonna end up having to pay taxes on money that you could have possibly gotten a write-off on. You want to start running this as a legitimate business now because you can't afford not to. So, and the beauty behind that is now you're able to write off some of the things such as your phone bill if it's being used for business purposes, home office expense if you're running this business out of your home, gas, potentially your lease or your car note if you're driving. These are all things now that you have the ability to benefit from because of the fact that you're going to be receiving a 1099K for this reported income, and you're now looked at as a business. So I want you to change your mindset and think of it as a benefit possibly, but your bookkeeping and accounting has to be in play, okay? And also too, plug real quick is that with Jumping Jack Tax with my accounting franchise, we actually offer an accountability program where for small business owners, we actually handle all of your bookkeeping for you, and we hop on a phone call with you every single month to have a monthly consultation to overview your profit loss, your cash flows, your balance sheets. We go through all of that. Text accountability to 267-792-0185, and our team can talk about being able to take you on as a client if you need assistance with that. But
all right, so I'm just going to go ahead and end the video right here. yeah, this dude, he seems, you know what I mean, pretty smart. And I might actually have to check his channel out more, you know what I mean? Maybe I might find another video to react from there. But yeah, like that's the thing nowadays. Like you gotta be with the times. You know what I mean? We're in a new day and age where all the ways to make money you need to be aware of. You know what I mean? All the new economy, the gig economy, you gotta be aware of that. And all the new apps and ways that we have to send money and invest money, you need to be aware of, because even like how he was saying, even if you're not a business owner, some making transactions, you know what I mean, above a certain amount nowadays, in some regards, will technically have you qualified as a business owner, you know what I mean? So these are just good things to be aware of, and that's what I try and do with my Money Making Mondays videos. Teach you how to make money in this new economy, and also teach you how to beware of things that could just affect the way that you're spending your money, you know what I mean? So I hope y'all were able to learn something from this video. I'll put a link to the original video in my description. And if you still haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also hit the notification bell to stay notified every time I drop a video. You dig? But I'm out.